Leading things off, our first guest is an author, coach, speaker, and entrepreneur. She does a whole lot. Joins us for a look at her work in the community. We welcome Pamela Bodley.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell us about some of the stuff that you're doing in our community.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, you know what? Back in 2008, I started a blog for administrative and executive assistants, and I just put all the information that I knew. Never thought it would go anywhere.
Yeah.
Threw in my email address, and what happened is that the blog took off, and I was ended up giving advice to administrative assistants all over the world. So what I did was, to reach more people, I said, you know what, I'm going to put it in a book.
Yeah.
And today that book is called Is It 5 O'Clock Yet? Available on Amazon.
Oh.
And what it's a quick read, and what it does is give you the tips and techniques that you need to be an effective administrator. So I trained executive assistants who work for celebrities and wealthy entrepreneurs, and just for the everyday administrator can pick up a copy of this book, very affordable on Amazon, and actually work tomorrow very much more efficiently.
So you're still blogging.
I
Or
need
you
to.
just took it to the next level.
I
You said,
took
"Let me
it to
put
the
in
next
book."
level, but I really do need to continue doing the blog. Yeah.
So how did you come up with the name? It's 5 o'clock. Is it 5 o'clock yet?
You know what? Ironically, as I was thinking of names, I'm like, is it 5 o'clock yet? But it's not really what you think or what people might think. It's actually.
So
You're gonna
now
be-
I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking.
Sure.
Is it 5 o'clock yet? Is it time to go home yet?
Right, and it's not that. It's actually, you're going to be so busy as an executive assistant doing what you need to do, you're not going to have time. Very successful executive assistants do not leave at 5. So you're not going to have time to ask, is it 5 o'clock yet?
Oh, okay. What are some of the things executive assistants do? Because you may have to stay and go to a dinner. You may have
Yeah.
to assist your boss with this and that.
Absolutely. There's many facets to be a successful executive assistant. So the three things I would say are top tips would be, number one, you need to delegate. If you need to delegate, you need to do it properly and successfully. You're still responsible for the work.
Yeah, because you may give it to somebody and it may not come out the way that it's supposed to be.
Right, so you
And
don't wanna-
you'll be responsible. Yeah.
Exactly. So you don't want to micromanage, but you certainly want to be on top of it and manage the situation and make sure that you're delegating to someone who's capable.
Yeah, yeah.
The other thing is you want to anticipate your boss's needs. So you want to know, and this takes time, you have to work for someone well enough to know their habits, and then you want to anticipate what they need before they need it, and that's going to make you a very valuable assistant.
Yeah, because
And
sometimes they're relying on you and they can take care of a lot of other things. And
absolutely.
they'll know that you know what he needs
You
or what
got
they
it.
need.
That's exactly right. And the third thing that's an important tip is to be proactive. Do things before you're asked to do it. So, know your job and do it before you're asked to do it, and you'll be a valuable asset to your boss.
So if you notice something that's coming up, and it comes up every year, and you've been there for a while, you went, oh, here, you put this on the boss's desk, and you say, hey, this is coming up. You may want to take a look at this.
Exactly. You were an assistant once, weren't you? No.
I'm still an assistant.
No, you totally get it. That's exactly right. And when your boss is confident that you know what you're doing and that you got this, he or she can focus on revenue-making activities,
Yeah.
knowing that you're
And
taking
help
care
you
of.
make some more revenue also.
Absolutely, because when bonus time comes around and you did your thing all year, if you're lucky, you'll get a good bonus.
And you'll feel more confident about going in and asking
Absolutely.
for a raise.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Is It 5 O'Clock Yet does all that and gives you the tips and techniques that you need to go in. You can read it today and go in tomorrow and work completely different and be efficient.
Can you ask for a raise the next week after reading that?
I wouldn't
You
suggest
wait
that.
for a little while?
Yeah, I would wait a while. I would wait a little while until you do that. Like, know your job first.
Wow. So, you came from the blog to the book. What's next?
Well, actually, I don't have the book for it yet, but I like to give back to the community. I have a workshop called All I Do Is Win, Get the Job, and that's going to be on November 16th. If anybody's interested in coming, if you're between the ages of 16 and 23, it's job interviewing strategies.
Whoa. Where's that going to be?
Where?
Yes.
It's going to be at the County Cullen Library at 136th Street in Lenox.
Yes.
And that'll be November 16th from 5 to 7:30. And these strategies are proven strategies that I taught my own sons. So I'm not just making it up, like these strategies work. So to date, my sons, who I'm not going to say their ages, but they're grown college graduates, and they have received
You
a
just
job.
told.
That's
No,
okay.
it's okay.
That's okay. That's okay though. But the most important part is they've gotten the job offer for every single interview they've ever been on. they've always gotten a job offer. So these strategies do work.
All right, so where do we go to get your information?
You can go to my website, which is Pamela Bodley, BODLEY.com, PamelaBodley.com, or if you'd like to have me come in and speak to your or train your executive assistants, you can certainly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because people still calling you from all over the world.
yeah, they email me for advice. Hey, I have an interview on Monday, you know, they asked me this, and so I'm still, you know, answering questions. But I do go out and speak to corporations. The mayor of Yonkers, his assistant has my book, and some celebrity assistants, they have my book. But I'm available to speak at
Yeah.
organizations and train their assistants so that their managers can be more effective.
Tell us about a success story that you remember. I know you probably a bunch of people came to you and said, hey, you know. But you mentioned your sons. They got jobs right away.
Yes. Yes, did you want to hear a success story on that? Because that's different from the administrative assistant.
All right, either one.
Well, the success story is it's my sons, and so I take their experience and that they're doing it right. They're going on interviews, they're dressing, and I told them even when you interview to go to Subways, you know, to make sandwiches, it's the way you show up, the image that you project when you get there. And the way you shake hands, the way you have eye contact, and all these things matter.
Yeah.
And they nailed it. So they've been successful at keeping jobs and getting jobs.
So if I was to meet up with them, they would shake my hand and look me in the eye. Give me a
Yes.
firm shake.
Absolutely, they would.
And then they would present themselves accordingly.
Yes, and then you want to speak, you know, proper.
Yeah.
So to be articulate,
What about dress?
very important. In my workshop, All I Do Is Win, Get the Job, on November 16th at the County Cullen Library. You're going to learn all of that, how to dress, what not to wear. So you're going to learn what to do and what not to do. Now, this is for teens and young adults, millennials, who maybe don't know exactly. I'm going to answer the question, why should I hire you? That's a big one when you go on an interview,
Yeah.
and that's a tricky one. And most of them don't know how to answer that. So I'm going to show them how to answer that and how to dress.
And how about the knowledge of what to say, what to do, how to be? Now, a lot of people go there and they, of course, they're going to be asked a bunch of questions.
Yes.
And you have to answer those questions. Should you add to the questions just to show, bring it over the top?
You don't want to go over the top. I mean, it's a fine balance. You don't want to under-answer the question, but you really don't want to ramble and over-talk yourself. So you kind of want to hone in on the question, answer what's relevant, and just leave it right there.
And be confident.
Yeah, and be confident with it. So that's why I'm doing this workshop to bring some confidence to our youth so that they are well prepared when they go into these interviews. They kind of have an idea of what might be asked, and then when they go in, they'll be prepared for when they get that question, they know how to answer it. And they look good, they feel good, and that's what I'm bringing to the
Helping
community.
people get the information as to what to do to get that money. That's that's the bottom line, right?
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
it's all about
They
how
get that
you
job.
Yes, and it's how you present yourself and how you sell yourself.
Yes. What's the website again?
PamelaBodley.com.
Give Pamela Bodley a big round of applause, everybody, at home and in the studio. Author, coach, entrepreneur, Pamela Bodley. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pamela, we have to take a quick break right here, but we'll be right back. Got some spoken word coming up next and the community aspect. But first, Savor the Bronx, our borough's restaurant week kicks off on November the 6th. You can check out all of the borough's newest eateries. Poro Salvo. Check it out. Here's a break.